Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lisa. Today I am giving you some thrift makeovers. So items I found at thrift stores, estate sales, wherever I happen to find something, and I am going to give them a little upcycle. So let me know what you think. So for project one, I had these wall pockets. They've been in my stash for a really long time. So I decided it was time to give them a makeover. So first I'm just going to give. So I decided to use Fusion Mineral Paint. It's the color Cast Iron. It's just a really pretty black, and it does have really good coverage. So I may get away with just doing one coat, but I'll give each of these pieces a good coat and let them dry, and then we'll see how it looks before I move on. The one thing I do like about this Fusion, the mineral paint, is that it has a built-in top coat. So after you get done painting something, if you're not going to do anything else to it, you can just leave it and it's good to go. Or if you need to distress it or whatever you need to do, it's not necessary to add an additional top coat, which is really nice. So what do you think of this color so far? I think I'm really going to like this, and I can't wait to get these done. So let me get these finished painting, and then we'll come back and I'll move on to the next step. All right, so I got them all painted, and I decided I wanted to add some white wax to them just to kind of make some of those little details pop a little bit. So first I gave it a good coat of clear wax, just because I figured that would make the white wax, it would just make it easier to work with. So I'm going to give both pieces a good coat of clear wax, and I just kind of do one, and then I let it sit while I add it to the other. And then I'm going to go back to the first one and grab my rag, and I'm just going to wipe off all of the excess. Just so that when I do the white wax, it's not overloaded. So I'm going to get these both, get them wiped down really good, and then I'll move on and I'll do the white wax. And then this project will be just about finished. All right, so here I grabbed my white wax. This is from DIY. The clear wax that I used, that was, I believe, a Waverly. I picked that up from Walmart. So here I'm just going to give it a really good coat of the white wax. I'll got the first piece done, and I'm going to do the second piece, and then I'll go back to the first piece and I'll wipe off all the excess. Okay, so here I just grabbed my rags, and I'm going to wipe off all the excess wax just to kind of get it to the desired look that I'm looking for. So I just added a little more on the details because I want all them details to really pop. So I'm going to do the same thing with the second piece. So you just kind of add the wax, and you just kind of wipe off until you get the look that you want. If you need to add more wax, you can add more in some of the spots where you want more detail to stand out a little bit. So what do you think, guys? I think I'm kind of liking how it looks. All right, so I decided just to add some floral foam in there, and I grabbed some of my fall greenery, fall flowers that I had, and just added them in there. And this project is done. Tell me what you think. I'd love to hear what you think in the comments. All right, for project 2, I've had this wood pig in my stash for quite a while. I had it painted white and I distressed it back, and I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do with it. So it kind of sat on the shelf for a little bit. So I finally decided to dig it out, and I had this rice paper. It's a really pretty floral. It's from the Painted Photographer. It's a rice paper, so I wanted to add that to the pig. So I did the water method. And what you do is you take a little fine paintbrush, dip it in water, and you kind of wet it around the image where you want it. And then you can just it'll loosen up them fibers so it tears a little bit easier. Because I didn't want a really clean cut. I wanted it kind of a rough edge around. So I kept going until I kind of had the look and had it where I wanted it. And I have to apologize how out of frame this is. I will definitely get better at that. I thought I was pretty. So here I'm going to decoupage it onto the pig. So I'm going to use liquid patina from DIY. I just put a thin coat on the pig, and then I lay my image down and go over the top of it. I really do like this rice paper because you don't really end up with too many wrinkles. So I really do like working with this. Then I'm just going to go over the whole entire pig with liquid patina. I like to make sure that the whole thing just has the same finish. I just think it looks better that way. So I just keep going until I have the whole pig covered. And then we're going to let him dry. And then we'll move on to the next step. So I decided to add the words Farmer's Market to this little pig. I just felt like it needed something a little bit more. So that's kind of what I came up with. I used the letterpress stamps from IOD and just added that. I would have showed you, but again, it was pretty far out of frame. So I decided I would just show you here. So tell me what you think of this project. All right, so here's project 3. I have this wooden box that I had painted it a few weeks ago, like a navy blue, but then I wasn't really sure what to do with it after that. So I dug it out and I thought, I have some really other cool rice papers that I want to use up that came in, again, it came in Sonnet's Maker's Box, and they're really pretty, so I wanted to get them on a project. So I decided to do this. So I decided to paint it. I thought this was a really pretty yellow. So I just I figured it'd be good for fall, or it could be used for summer, whichever one you wanted to. So I'm just going to get this all painted. As you can see, here's one coat, and it just isn't covering it. So I'm going to have to go, once this dries, I will go over and I will give it a second. All right, so here you can kind of see I'm finally in frame. So you can kind of see how I'm using I took a paintbrush, a small paintbrush, and I dip it in the water, and you just kind of go around the image that you want, and it loosens up them fibers so you can tear the paper. I just really like how this process looks better than just taking a pair of scissors and cutting it. It kind of gives the edges kind of a little bit of a frayed look. And I really like how that looks. So I'm just going to keep going all the way around. I'm almost done. Till we get it all the way out. So here, I'm really not sure if I need to do this. I know with decoupage paper, you really kind of need to do this. But I'm going to paint the back of the image white. I just want to make sure that it's really going to pop on that yellow box. So I'm just going to go through and just kind of give it a really light coat. I just kind of do the whole image just to make sure it's covered. And then I will let that dry, and then we will come back. All right, so I decided to distress this box. I really like how distressing looks, and I do that to most of my projects. So I just kind of use my little finger sander here, and I go through all four sides and the top and the bottom. I did decide to leave the inside. Left it the navy blue. I really liked how that looked in the contrast. So I'm just going to get it all wiped down, and then we will get ready to apply our image. So here I have my liquid patina again, and I have my image, and at least I'm halfway in frame here. So I just apply some liquid patina to get that starter strip. I learned that from Sonnet, just to make sure you get your image down so it doesn't move all over. So I just apply a good even coat and make sure I completely cover it and go over the top. With the rice paper, it's a little bit heavier, so I don't know if you need to, but I always like to give it like an extra coat of liquid patina just to make sure that it's adhered really well. And then I'm just going to go over my whole box with liquid patina just to make sure the whole box has the same finish. So I just go over all four sides just to make sure it's all covered and sealed. And then I'm just going to leave it dry. Just make sure I get the little bit on the top there. So here is this one. This one is complete. I just added a little bit of some fall floral on the inside. And project number 3 is complete. So what do you think, guys? Definitely need some practice making the upcycle videos, but I'll get there, I promise. So tell me what you think in the comments. I would appreciate any feedback. And also, if you like this kind of content, I would appreciate if you would subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and hit the notification button so that way you'll be notified when I make more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.